Hello, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Fidel. In this video, I'd like to go over how we learn ourselves outside of thought, how we connect with the being of who we are, how we go beyond our mind. This is really what the practice is, to learn the essence of who we are, which is not of thought. It's who we always are, regardless of what we think. That's truly what we all are, is the awareness of thought. We're not who we think we are the awareness of those thoughts. Or we are the awareness of our intrinsic essence, which is not separate from all essence of this universe. So to begin to learn ourselves outside of thought is really where the silent meditations come into play. And what that is just shifting awareness. Awareness is where we all began. If you go back to your earliest memories, again, you began as sensory awareness, whether your first memory is seeing something or tasting something. And then at some point in your life, you became aware or conscious that you had awareness. That means your mind started to question. All of a sudden you're aware, and the mind starts to question where this awareness come from. And that's the beginning of the awareness of awareness, or conscious, or being conscious of awareness. So getting back to the issue at hand here is, how do we reconnect with the awareness that we are? And that's to bring awareness outside of the mind, where almost much of the day is spent thinking, so the awareness of thought, and into the awareness of being. And this is the silent meditation. So even right now, we can bring awareness to our hand, and so what that does is, if we sit here for a moment, all it is you're going to feel your hand. Your mind might start naming it hand, but the point being is that if you just bring awareness to the hand, you'll feel the intrinsic sensation of your hand. And these are really what all the silent meditations are pointing to. I mean, some of these practices are called mindfulness, but the bottom line is that it's bringing awareness outside of the mind to other places of our being, where we discover that our being exists independent of any conceptual ideas. This is why, in the absence of any thoughts in my mind, that's truly who I am, because this doesn't need any thought. This is just happening. The same thing with you. You're just happening. Everything is unfolding in this present moment. Whatever we're thinking, it doesn't matter. This is happening. There's a happening here. Even if we lose the ability to think, it's all going on still. So thinking is kind of like optional. And of course, thinking is an intelligence, and it's useful. But in the end, we are the awareness of the thought. And again, as I said before, is that I'm not I am, because I am. When I say those words, I'm aware that I said those words. The words I am don't recreate the me. In the absence of any acquired knowledge, there is this. Without an I am or anything, everything is just happening. So if I take away any name, it's still here. Or optionally, I can say I am. and everything's still happening, nothing's changing. So reality is just happening independent of conceptual knowledge. The conceptual knowledge is optional. And again, we are not our words or acquired knowledge or our beliefs. We have acquired those things and we are aware of them. But when we think that we are our acquired knowledge or our beliefs, again, that's when we maintain the conceptual idea of a separate self from an existence, whereas instead of just knowing that existence itself is independent of concepts, and what's left is just awareness.